Do you feel misaligned with your career and your job? Do you feel like you're constantly giving in to the opinions and beliefs of the people who you love most, who are around you, in order to make decisions in your life? Do you constantly feel like you are not acting in alignment with yourself and not following a path to live the life that gives you your true vision and meaning to how you actually want to turn up and be here? If this is you, this video is going to cover a lot of incredible value in terms of how I set up my day for success, not only in my business, but also in my relationship and in my day-to-day life. I am someone who have struggled with these thoughts and feelings consistently throughout the last, I would say more than 18 months, but more so since becoming an entrepreneur and stepping in to the role of a CEO and a business owner. It is so common that, the people around us who love us the most don't understand when our vision is something different to what is deemed normal, right? And as you guys know, I had the normal career. I was a registered nurse for 7 years. I had the university degree. And, on paper and to other people, when my parents would talk about me, I was like this gold shining star. But now I've chosen a path and a career that gives me a different sense of, alignment, a different vision, a different way to actually achieve my goals that allows me to feel fulfilled. And because it isn't deemed normal, because it's deemed different and, an unstable way of living and, being sufficient and, being a 30-year-old, not that I'm 30 yet, but I'm bloody well close to it. It's the wrong path, it's the wrong thing. And in those moments when these opinions and beliefs of other people start to creep in, this is where, the work that you do on yourself is what is actually detrimental to your success, not only in your business, but in your life and in your relationships. I'm not saying don't listen to the people that love you and, don't take their advice on board. But what I'm saying is really take their opinions, beliefs, and advice with a grain of salt. And something that I really like to channel into when these things come up for me is I like to think, is the person who's giving me their opinion or their beautiful advice or their, own personal belief, are they living a life that I want to live? Are they someone who acts in true alignment with themselves and their vision and their goals in life every single day? And unfortunately, if the answer is no, I refuse to take opinions and advice from those people. I am not mean about it. I am not rude about it. I just simply choose to consume the advice that I want to and block out the advice that I don't want to hear. In a world where, we just, want to achieve our goal and we want to be in aligned with who we are and what we want to be and the future that we want to give our kids and the future that we want to give our husbands, the last thing that we need to do is start listening to the advice of people that don't actually live the exact life that we want to live. I even, put this advice into when I invest in a mentor. Are they following the same sales process that I want to follow? Are they following the same content process that I want to follow? Does their business operate in the way that I want my future business to operate? And if the answer is no, I choose not to work with them. But if they're, a mentor that's doing all the things that I want to do, that's in alignment with my vision and my goals, then I take action. And that's exactly how I treat my day-to-day life. And, over the last 18 months, I've faced a lot of opinions, beliefs, and adversity in the decision that I made to leave my nursing career. There's been a lot of questions asked about why I did it and what changed for me. And I personally don't think, unless you have been in the healthcare system, will you ever understand what someone goes through in that time. And I'm not saying that, people don't go through things. That's not what I'm saying at all. But this is about me and my personal situation and my personal journey. I will never get back the years of life where it changed me and it changed who I was and it made me become depressed and anxious about everything that I did in life. And it took the most valuable moments away from me in my life, right? I met my now fiance when I started nursing, and I honestly can sit here and say that if I continued to be a nurse today, we probably would not be getting married. Like, that's how much it changed me as an individual. And instead of being sitting in that slump, I allowed myself to be open to new opportunity and to listen to different beliefs and opinions of people, and allowed myself to experience different things in order to see where I actually wanted my life to go. I was never once told or shaped that I needed to change my vision and my mission in order to fit in and to be with people that I'm with now and to be surrounded by the people that I am now. I was simply just given an opportunity to learn on my own, and that's, literally what I'm here to do. I'm not here to tell you to leave your beautiful career. I'm just here to show you that if these questions are coming up for you daily and you feel such misalignment in your life, then look at other opportunities that can be available to you. Because sometimes changing, what pays you and what gives you drive and what actually forces you to get out of bed in the morning and turn up, not only for yourself, but the people around you, can make the biggest change in your life. And it can mean that you actually live a life in true alignment, in true happiness, in true passion to yourself. And I don't say this lightheartedly. I say this really digest what it is that you're going through and really think about it, journal about it, write it down. But then also go within and ask yourself, what can you do to make this moment better? To give you a bit of reflection, I'm currently in Bali. Nathan and I are here for the next 2 months at the minimum. We're not really sure what we're doing at the moment in terms of where we're staying, but we love Bali. We lived here for 6 months last year, so we are back. Literally had Bali belly for 24 hours, was out cold all Sunday, gone, totally wiped out by Bali belly, food poisoning, more likely, not Bali belly. And on Monday morning, I got up, serviced my clients, did my content, went back, died again. Today, exact same thing happened. I have literally just come back from a hospital, getting some more medication so I can start to feel somewhat more human, because I haven't eaten in 48 hours, but I am here. I turned up because I want to turn up, and everything that I do right now is in full alignment with my vision, my mission, and my goals. And servicing my clients is probably the most valuable part of my day. Talking to people on social media is the second most valuable part of my day, and creating content that shows women that there's more to life than what meets the eye is the third most important part of my day. So what I'm saying is, on the days where you're I'm not going to work, I fucking hate it, I don't care, I'm just another number, blah, 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 all these things that we tell ourselves, ask yourself, what is it that you could be doing that's more in aligned with where you want your life, your vision, your mission to go, right? How I really started to shape this is by really shifting my identity and using a tool called the Identity Shift. This is a part of my morning routine that I really try to make sure that I do every day. And I'm saying try because I definitely haven't done it whilst I've been unwell. It's the last thing that I wanted to do. But it is something that I do because what it does is it teaches my subconscious mind, something that my beautiful fiance taught me, that when you do these things, you're actually telling your subconscious self that you already have this incredible vision, mission, and goals that you're setting out to achieve. It makes your result actually be tangible to you, rather than just be something that's made up and that you're chasing. Because so many times people are oh, I want to make $1 million. Oh, I want to travel the world. Oh, I want to build a business, but they're not actually willing to go through and do all the 1% actions that's going to get them the end result. So by me doing this morning routine, and it might shock you, it's not an extensive morning routine. It is a morning routine where I spend the first hour of the day doing everything that I want to do before I do anything that my business or the people around me require me to do. If you guys, ask my family, I probably don't speak to them very often. Not because I don't love them, not because I don't check in with them, but because at the end of the day, I'm nearly 30, my beautiful sister's 30, my dad is a dad and he's remarried and he's got his own kids. My mom is a mom and she's building a house. She's doing everyone's doing their own thing. Everyone's living their own life, right? I can't get caught up in making sure that they're living their best life whilst I'm trying to live mine. If people don't, want the same thing as you, you need to go out and get it yourself. And I'm not saying this because like my family don't support me. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is like, you need to focus on you, because in this one life, you are the most important person, not your partner, not your sister, not your brother, not your uncle, not your fucking pet, right? You are the most important person in this life, and you are the only person who's going to get yourself to the end destination and the end goal. So the identity shift is actually what I teach the women inside of CEO Foundations as well. It really helps them to understand that they are the most important person first in their life, and their business is second. Obviously, family, friends, and all these things fall into place, but when you can understand that you are the most important person, that's when business starts to become easy. And it's a saying where you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't service other people. You can't give other people your best if you're empty, if you're deflated. And when we really want to talk about feminine and masculine energy, there is a place for both always. But for feminine people who, women who are females, coming from a place of feminine energy, it's really important that you feel fulfilled. And I do this by getting up in the morning, I read for 20 minutes in an area that feels most fitting to my life. And right now I am struggling with something a lot to do with opinions and beliefs of other people. So I'm actually reading The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins right now. And it's something that helps me really keep in alignment with myself. Instead of me getting upset and angry about the things that people are saying to me, I literally let them. The choices and the decisions that other people make, I simply let them. This isn't just in like family life. This is like in my relationship. This is in my business. This is like day-to-day stuff. Because the more that you let things that shouldn't interfere your day, it takes over, right? People get so frustrated sitting in traffic. Like, why? It doesn't even matter. Why are you going to let something like that impact your day, right? Like, we went to our favorite cafe, one of our favorite cafes here in Bali the other day, and they no longer serve the favorite breakfast that we love. And it's like, don't let that overtake your day. Like, just go find something else to eat. Who really cares? Like, it's just a thing in that moment. It's not something that needs to take over. It's now 3 days later and we haven't even thought about it, right? So like, let them, but then also let you understand why you're feeling like this. Like, why is this coming up for you? Is this something else that you haven't dealt with? And this has been pivotal and massive for me. I think we all, as like a society, have so much, undiscovered like trauma and emotional things that have happened to us that we haven't probably dealt with, and we need to find ways to deal with them, because they are preventing us from becoming the woman, the man, the person that we really want to be. And I think that reading something that is really important in the area of your life that you're in right now, that's going to help you with self-development, is really pivotal to your success, not only in your business but in your relationships and in your life, right? The next thing I do is I just do like a really beautiful yet simple skincare routine. I do it every single day. I use some really beautiful products from Australia, Esme Skin Minerals, amazing, love them. And I also just put on minimal makeup. What that does, it makes me feel beautiful. I don't think that you need things to make you feel beautiful, but do something that's going to make you feel beautiful. Do your hair, do your skincare, do your makeup. Because if you're stepping into this CEO role where you're in charge of what happens in your business, in your day, in your income, in your life, you need to show up as the woman who is capable of handling that. If you're walking around in trackies with your hair all messy and you look like shit, like, you're going to attract the same thing, right? It's the law of attraction. That's just what happens. And I'm a big, big believer in that. Also, another thing that's really important to me is I spend some time with my partner, Nathan. We have a coffee, we try to go for a walk in the morning, and we plan out our day. Obviously, we run business together. We have completely different strengths and weaknesses, but setting up our day actually allows us to be successful. Otherwise, working together as partners is going to end one of two ways. We're going to fight all day, we're not going to get anything done, or we're just going to be like scrambling. We're going to be like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Right? We set up our day for success. Always. Once we've done our day, we've completed set up our day, then we know we can go full steam ahead. We start to do really high leverage tasks in our business first, things that are actually going to make us money. So there is like a massive shift with this, and like this is where like feminine and masculine energy really come into it. As females, we really want to nurture what we have, we want to love what we have, we want to care for it, and that would be like our clients, especially in the service-based industry. But what we have to remember is we're already providing an ongoing service to our clients. So we actually need to provide value to the people who are coming into our world and give them a reason to stay around and get to know us and get to love us and get to like us and get to trust us, right? So we really set up our day for success. We make sure that we leverage the high value money-making tasks first in our business, then we service our clients, right? This is like the most important things that actually drive our business forward. This is what allows us to travel more. This is what actually allows us to work less, because we make sure that we follow leverage skills and tasks inside our business in order to get a result. We really pride ourselves on running a really high-class client experience as well. So making sure that our clients are consistently getting results and getting help where they need it is so, so important. The other thing that I really like to encourage, and it's something that's still new to me, but over time I think it will become a better habit, is I used to find ways to self-soothe using like Instagram, YouTube, just to like really like unwind from my day. But what this does, it actually distracts you from being back in alignment with where you want to go. I think it's important to check in with yourself, ask yourself what went well and what didn't for the day, take note of it, write it down, share it with your partner, right? Then spend time reading and reflecting before you go to bed. Don't spend time consuming someone else's dream life when you're trying to make yours. Make sure that you're keeping on moving forward with your life, because when you build these habits and you stack them daily and consistently, this is what's ultimately going to help you shift your identity. And the more that you go through this, the easier it becomes, and it becomes less of like a whole routine and a whole schmoz, and it just becomes something that you do daily without question. So I really want to share my identity shift with you guys. Anything here that's resonated and you're like, I want to know more, please just DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is below. DM me identity and I will send it over to you. But this is something that I really focus on getting my women inside of CEO Foundations to focus on as well, because it helps them to understand that their identity doesn't just become around their business. It also comes around shaping who they are and who they want to be as well.